Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my weekly afternoon tea time and a card. I'm just checking my iPad to make sure everybody's there. You guys are showing up. Now I just need to see my comments. Now this worked well last week. Okay, there you go. I can see you guys. Yay. Hello. Okay, so tonight I always say tonight because it's nighttime here, and I know it's afternoon in some areas, and supper time, and I've already had supper. Just a few announcements before I get started with this beautiful set that you see here. I have a few more weeks left, 20% off all orders during the month of December, $50 or more, using this hostess code, and I'll send you a check for the discount. And thanks for all of you guys that have placed orders already. I'm trying to think, I checked this morning, I'm $126 away from meeting a huge milestone, so I'll let you guys know when that happens. And FYI, I'm going to be hosting a live bingo event during the month of January. I haven't posted it yet. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Now this will be done on Zoom. There will be lots of prizes, mostly bundles that I'll be giving away. We're going to make some card kits. We're going to stamp live together. We're going to have a fun couple hours of stamping bingo. So look for that announcement soon. And I know some of you guys want to know how that works, but I will announce that soon. I'll give you all of the details. Okay, so today I'm doing 3 cards. You've seen me do the stepped up versions before. I start with a simple card, and then I work my way into a wow card at the end. I'm using the Tasteful Touches stamp set, and that has the coordinating dies, the Tasteful Labels dies, a set of 10. I'm using this one here. I've already pre-cut everything. I'm using the Highland Heather grosgrain ribbon. Now I love this ribbon. It's really soft and flexible, so easy to work with, and look how nice and shimmery. It's got like a silvery shimmery effect going on the inside. And I'm also using the Pool Party striped ribbon. Now this ribbon is actually only going to be available until January 3rd from the mini catalog that we're in right now. It's going to go away, but it's going to come back in the annual catalog in May. So it'll be unavailable for a couple months. And then I'm also using the Hydrangea Hill Mercury glass. I don't think I've done any cards online with this. You can see that it comes in 2 colors, Highland Heather and Rococo Rose. And when you flip to the other side, it's silver. I'm going to show you the sheets. It's a lot easier to see when I show you the big sheets. So look how, you're going to see how shiny that is. Hopefully that won't glare too much. And then when you flip it over, it's silver on this side. So this one is the Rococo Rose. And then this one is the Highland Heather, which is the one I'm using tonight. And again, when you flip this one over, it's got silver on this side too. Very easy to use, very easy to cut with your trimmer. Let me see what else I've got. Fresh Freesia and Pool Party inks, Wink of Stella clear glitter brush, and the In Color Jewels. I have some little pieces left over from a product share that I did. Oh, and speaking of product shares, I did send out an email today to sign up for my product shares. So this just gives you an example. What I do is I take ribbons, embellishments, and designer paper, and I split it between 4 people. So this would be split in 4 people. You get a sampling of a lot of products, and then whatever you like, that's your favorite, you can order more later. You get a sampling to go by. And if you stay with me till the end of my show, I will have a winner for the 3 cards. And I will also do a winner for the Regal 6x6 Designer Series paper. Okay, I think that's it for announcements. So let me get started with card number 1. Now this is my clean and simple. I start this way. I'm going to dig out my 2 ink pads. And this is, like I said, I've done 3 of these, so each card will use the same label shape, and each card will also use the same pool party layer for the sentiment. So here's my first card, very clean and simple. So I'm going to start out by folding the cardstock. Oh, and all the cardstock bases are 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. I dug out this bone folder to use, and I thought I could ask everybody their opinion on something. So look how dirty or stained. I tried to wash this off. I even used my Stays On cleaner. How do you guys keep your bone folders clean? I would love to hear. I can't get this off. I don't even know if that's ink or what that is, or if it's just a natural discoloration from the ivory, but let me know how you clean your bone folders. I would love to know. Okay. Let me bring out my stamps. So I've got the flower stamp, You're So Special, and this branch image. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the branch image on the card front. I'm going to do one on the right, and I'm going to do one on the left. And it doesn't matter if you have a hot mess going on in the middle, because guess what? We're going to cover it anyway. Now we're going to bring in the label shape. And I want the whole flower to fit in there, so I'm going to turn it slightly at an angle. And look how pretty that flower shape is. A lot of detail in there. Now we're going to bring in some dimensionals. So this is a really quick card. The first one usually is. I'm going to put this smack dab in the middle. Now I'm going to bring in my little grid sheet, because I always try to teach you guys to try out your stamping on your grid sheet to see how straight you can get it. Okay, that's pretty straight. So that means this is a good aim as far as relying on the stickers. Sometimes I don't get my stickers on there straight enough, so that it ends up stamping crooked for me. Okay, so there's that. Now, instead of adding my dimensionals on my little piece here, I know I want to put this on the edge or the bottom of the label. I'm going to put my dimensionals right there. And then I'm going to position this about there. Okay, so there's card number 1. How quick was that? Now let's dig out card number 2. So card number 2 uses the same 2 labels. We're gonna bring in the pool party striped ribbon. And let me see what else I got before I show you the card. This is a scrap for stamping. The same card base, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And I've gone ahead and cut my Mercury glass to 5 1/4 by 4. Now the easiest way I find to glue this down, because you have a lot of clear spots there where you can see the adhesive, I use glue dots. The glue dots really stick well to this, and I just kind of press on top and it grabs it. So this would be, I'm gonna see if this ever happened to you guys. This would be like putting a glue dot on your fingernail polish. It's so hard to get off. It's kind of the same deal. Once you get them on there, they're good to go. I'm gonna put one in the middle only because I know my label's gonna go in the middle. Okay. So look how easy that was, and then the color peeks out through the clear areas. Okay, I'm going to bring the card in now. This is stepped up version number 1. And again, I'm going to use my glue dots. I added the ribbon, a zigzag shaped ribbon. Where's my end? And all I did was add 3 or 4 of the glue dots right in the middle. I'm going to go with 4. Let me bring my scissors in. So we're going to start out up here. And then we're going to just turn it this way. And turn it this way. It's like a little Zorro. Remember the show Zorro when he made his little Z? That's kind of what we're doing. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for that. And now I'm going to bring in the label shape. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the video. The reason I'm looking at it carefully is because there's a little bit of embossing on the edge. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but I'm going to use Pool Party. I'm going to use the branch. And I'm actually going to stamp twice. You can see where I get the 2 color variations. So I'm going to go 1 and 2. See how that adds a second color all on its own? Now we're going to add dimensionals. And we're going to clean up this mess right in the middle by putting the label right in the middle. So that's going to go right here, like that. I'm going to stamp a flower. And don't cringe because I need to cut this out by hand. But you know what? These lines are so easy to follow. And I do leave a little bit of white space. And I know a lot of you guys, since I told you when I cut, I don't move my scissors. I move with my left hand. I steer the cardstock with my left hand. And I've heard back that some of you guys have tried this and it works so much easier when you cut. But maybe that's because I can say I'm a good driver. If you're not a good driver, you might not be able to steer it the right way. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But look how easy. I'm just following the lines, leaving about 1/8 of an inch of white on the outside. And sometimes I chop off the excess to get it out of my way. But see how I'm steering this with my left hand? You'll notice that my scissors aren't moving. They're always in the same position. Okay, now more dimensionals. I'm going to go ahead and glue the sentiment in place first after I stamp it. Oh, Pam just messaged me or commented that she really received the beautiful cards you made. So those were from last week. I'm glad they arrived already. The mail has been so bad. So I'm glad they arrived. Okay, I'm going to glue. Oh, wait a minute. Now on this one, a little tip. I've already got dimensionals on this layer and I'm adding this over the top. So on each side, what I did, I added an extra dimensional because we got 2 layers there. The one in the middle will be okay. But because we have the 2 layers, see how that fixes that so it won't bend over? And then we're going to add the flower so it's on the sentiment just a tad. Okay, and there's stepped up version number 1. So there's card number 2. These are quick. Okay, let's see what we got for number 3. We got all kinds of goodies. I've gone ahead and cut 2 of the 3 flowers I'm using, just so you won't have to watch me do. Oh, you guys love card number 2. Wait till you see card number 3. So I've gone ahead and done 2 of the 3 flowers, stamped Fresh Freesia ink on Fresh Freesia cardstock, and look at the shimmer. I used Wink of Stella and colored the whole flower, or both of them. This is going to be for, oh, hold on, I have to go grab a punch. bring my punch out. So symmetrical stems, and I also need the Banners Pick-a-Punch for this one. We have the same label, the same card base. I'm going to fold that. Now the reason I have these two pieces cut already is because the coordinating other half is on this card. So you can see here. So we're going to do the opposite this time. The panels are going to go in the opposite side. So how I did this, so make believe this is one pattern. You're going to cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. You're going to go 2 inches. So you're going to measure 2 inches on each side. This one from the bottom, this one from the top, and then just cut. And then you have 4 pieces to use for 2 cards. So let's go ahead and cut everything we need. So we got those, we got 2 flowers. I need some stems. Let's see, I used 4 stems. I'm going to do this twice. So there's my 4 stems. And then on the, oh, you know what? I didn't give you guys the measurement on the sentiment layer. It's 3 1/4 by 3/4 on card 1 and 2. Card number 3 is a little smaller. I went with 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4. So I'm going to do that first so I can get rid of the punch. Okay, now we're going to do this one. So I'm going to stick that in. So I'm going to have everything all cut out, and I just need to glue it all in place. Okay, there's my sentiment. And the last thing we need is one more flower. So I'm going to do one with you. So Fresh Freesia ink on Fresh Freesia cardstock. Grab my scissors. So you're going to have to watch me cut one more time. So again, watch my scissors. My scissors are always in the same spot. And I'll challenge you to try this. And you can report back to me if it works better for you that way. Okay, I'm almost done. And then all I need to do is color this with the Wink of Stella. I have been using my Wink of Stella a lot lately for some reason. Maybe it's because it's Christmas season. I don't know. I always have like 2 on hand, 2 spare ones because I go through so much. Okay, there's my flower. And here's my Wink of Stella. It just colors so easy. If you're coloring and you find you're not getting enough, you just need to give it a little shove by squeezing it, and it'll move some of that liquid down. You don't want to do it too much because sometimes you'll end up with a big glob. Okay, there's my flower. So now I've got 3 flowers, 4 branches, a bow, the sentiment, and the stamped layer. Now this time it's going to go this way. And I'm going to bring in Pool Party again. Now, what did I do with my stamp? Right here. So we're going to stamp it horizontally this time. And again, I'm going to do it twice to get the light in the dark. And I'm also adding a piece of white under the Mercury glass. So look at the difference. You got the white peeking through, and then you got the cardstock peeking through. The white really makes that stand out. So where are my glue dots? Let me just cut this off. Oh, I can see all the hearts, all the love, you guys. I'm so glad you like these cards. I haven't used the Mercury glass too much, only because of course we get our annual catalog, and then not too long afterwards the the Christmas catalog comes out. So that's why I'm trying to bring back some of the products from the annual catalog. Okay, so there's the glue dots, and again this is going to be opposite because we're using the second piece. But look how that white makes that pop. Okay, now we're going to do the designer paper. It's going to go even with the top and the sides. I'm not too worried about the middle because I'm going to have some ribbon around that. And I'm going to add some tear and tape. Oops, I should have waited to pull that because I need to add adhesive on the back. And now we're going to glue that right over the seam. And I'm just going to fold that over. And guess what we're going to glue this in place with? My favorite. I can see a little piece of designer paper that I need to trim before I glue this down. Right here. Let me bring my card base in. I just can't believe how sparkly the Wink of Stella is on the fresh freesia. Look, it's so pretty. Like, these three flowers are just staring at me right now, and they're beautiful. Okay, so see, I could do it the same way just by turning it, but I want to do it opposite this time. And we're going to glue this. Did I use dimensionals? Yes, I did. I couldn't tell. Okay, this is going to go right a little bit higher than the center. Then we're going to glue one of these flowers flat. Believe it or not, we're going to glue one flat. It's going to go right about there. More dimensionals. So we're going to add one over to the left. And the other one over to the right. I have so many dimensional layers on here. But guess what happens when this goes through the mail? It just goes flat anyway because it presses right on it. Okay, that's going to go right a little bit more towards the left. And then I'm going to bring my glue dots in. I'm just going to add one glue dot and a little bit of liquid glue on each side of it. So who says in the rules of stampers that you can't use two ribbons on a card? Look how fabulous those two ribbons look together. Okay, now I'm going to flip these over so I can add liquid glue to them. And I'm just going to tuck those in. Okay, we've got two up here. I might need to get my paper piercer just to help me lift that. So there's two. I've got one. Oh, actually, let me put this one in first. And, oh, look, Oh, I couldn't find that one. Look where it ended up on sticking to my arm. Isn't that funny? Okay, now my last thing is I added the same color of the bling, the Fresh Freesia. Very subtle. They're not really standing out that much. Very subtle. So I added 3 there, 1 here, and then 1 on the sentiment. So let me go ahead and move everything over and bring all the cards back in. And let me find the stamp set in case you guys forgot what I used again, the Tasteful Touches. Oh, look at all the dimensionals I got. I got to dig out my little vacuum cleaner. Okay, there's card number 3 that I did. Card number 2. And then my Clean and Simple card. Okay, let me dig out my little pad. I'm going to write down a number. And we're going to go for the cards first for the prize. And then we're going to go for the designer paper. And I got to think of a word that you guys can do. Okay, let's see. Okay, I've got my numbers. Let's see, you guys need to comment with the word STEM. So Jenny Hansen wins the cards and Karen Black. And I had number 14 and number 28. I just doubled the number up. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. Oh, and I want to let you know I'm not going to be on next week. It's Christmas week, so I'm going to take the week off from doing lives. But I will be on Friday at 7 p.m. this coming Friday on my Debbie's Designs page. So make sure you come visit me on my Debbie's Designs page. I'll have a quick Christmas, last-minute Christmas project for you. So thanks so much for visiting with me tonight, everyone, and have a good week. And Merry Christmas if I don't see you again till after Christmas. Bye-bye.